from the United States in the first round of the super heavyweight class, and the draw has been unkind to him. He's been paired against one of the great competitors in wrestling and judo, Chris Dolman from Holland, from Amsterdam, 40 years old, and really this Josh Henson should have been the final.
Probably so. I think Barber and Dolman here would be rated as the two best athletes, both enormous in size, weighing approximately 260 pounds, that's about 19 stone. Dolman is a several-time world medalist, silver and bronze, and has been active in the world of Sambo since 1978. Barber, on the other hand, is making his first international competition, but of course he's been wrestling behind our own U.S. world gold medalist, so he's quite an athlete, but was behind a real great champion in the sport. Barber was, of course, our national AAU champion last year.
This the second round, and Dolman 2 points in front.
Again, Barber has a freestyle wrestling background, but he's familiar with Sambo and the submission holds. Dolman started out in judo, but he's also done Greco-Roman wrestling. So you'll see a kind of richness to the fight here. Sambo does not appear to have any rhythm like judo does, and it doesn't seem to have the action that wrestling does, and it's a curious mix of the two. But you'll see that here, particularly if we can get some real action going.
Chris Dolman not over-pleased with his immediate preparation for this bout. He had rather a sleepless night back in the World Games Village, the Royal Holloway College, because of the celebrations of competitors in other sports whose events had finished, and he's been looking today to get a hotel for this evening in preparation, he hopes, for tomorrow's final, should he get there.
That's a submission hold on the leg he was trying there, again hoping to make Barber give up. These men appear to be somewhat careful. I think they know this should have been the final match, and they're doing, I think, what they both feel they have to do, be careful against a very good opponent.
At 40 years old, is probably the oldest competitor.
The real strategy here is, with the heavyweights, is control of that jacket. They've got to really move the opponent around and move those large quantities of weight. So you see a lot of tugging and pushing go on. Barber going for the belt now. Something you can't do in judo. Dolman has a throw. That's 1 point. That's a throw from the feet to the stomach. Barber, of course, being very, very careful here to keep his arms in, knowing that Dolman is very proficient at the submission holds.
One hold down, which is most that you can score. Plus now work for submission.
Looking for that leg bar again. Barber doesn't seem concerned, though. I think he's got the situation under control. Slapping it off. Doesn't appear worried at all. Dolman doesn't have it on too tight, so I don't think there's going to be... Oh, he's tightening it up. There it is. Oh, that's it. Submission hold.
The banging on the surface of the mat from Gary Barber, signaling enough is enough, and he's had to concede to this magnificent veteran. At 40 years old, Josh, he's losing none of his style.
Not at all. I think he must be close to retirement. He may go out with a gold medal here, which is probably as fit a way to retire as possible.
Britain's player manager, Martin Clark, in blue, trailing by 2 points to Chris Dolman.
He's going to have to go out and attack immediately, and he does. There's a throw. Dolman lands square on his back. That looks like 2 points. That ties it up, and Clark's strategy to go out and really attack seems to be working as he's tied the score up. I think he's counting on his sort of younger age and greater fitness to sort of overpower the veteran whose skill probably is maybe at a higher level.
Credits in combat sports. He runs a sports centre these days in Sittingbourne in Kent. He's 5 years younger than Dolman.
Clark, interestingly enough, participated in the last English Sambo Championships, which is in 1975. After that, the sport seemed to die out in the United Kingdom until Clark came back this year and held the first competition they've had in some 10 years. One of the last of the old-timers, one of the first of the newcomers here. We're looking for a rebirth of Sambo in this area, and I think a fine performance of the British team here may inspire that just to happen.
And Martin Clark in difficulties. He said before the bout that he wanted to try and go the distance and wear Dolman down, realizing that the Dutchman has more skill.
Here's where the skill comes in, too. Now, the Dutchman, knowing that he may not have the fitness, is going to try to go for these leg bars and arm bars. Now, he's good at it. There it is.
And the banging the floor in submission. It's gold for Dolman, and Martin Clark's brave effort ends with the silver medal.
World place winner wins his first world gold medal here at the World Games in London in 1985. Retired champion.
There it is again, that submission hold. Clark must be going out in a painful way. Normally hit twice. That's 4 taps. That must hurt.